Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. I am so excited to bring today's video to you because we are going to be talking about one of my favorite types of scary movies, and that is the gory movies. Now, of course, I feel like this goes without saying, but if you do not like gore, these are the extreme of the extremes that I have seen, so this is not your list. If you want to watch this for movies to avoid for you, that's fine, but please don't seek these out if you don't like gore. Also, a lot of the movies on this list come with their own set of trigger warnings, so I recommend checking out doesthedogdie.com for triggers if you have specific ones that sometimes show up in horror movies, because some of these are brutal. And some of the ones that upset me, I'll definitely tell you guys just to warn you, but there's triggers for everything, so I would recommend checking out that website. It's completely for free, it's not sponsored, but I love it. It saved me a bunch. So these 10 movies are going to be in no particular order, and we are starting off number 10 with a movie that actually came out this year, In a Violent Nature. After a mysterious locket is removed from a fire tower falling apart in the woods, a corpse emerges from the ground where the locket was taken, and he is on a quest to get this locket back and to get revenge on any and everyone who stepped in his way or took that locket. This movie had some of the goriest kills I've ever seen. It gave Terrifier 2, which will also be on this list, a run for its money. It was so incredibly well done. The gore was fantastic, and the movie is really unique in the sense of you're watching it like from the killer's perspective. It literally feels like you're playing a video game, and some of the nature shots in this movie, absolutely breathtaking. It is a beautifully done movie. So if you don't mind gore, I recommend watching this. I know a lot of people didn't like it because they said it was boring, but you're watching it from the killer's perspective. So there's a lot of shots of him walking around and nature shots and things like that. So go into it knowing what you're going into and then watch it. You know what I mean? Don't expect like Conjuring level jump scares. You're not going to get that and you're going to be disappointed. That's what happened with Long Legs. So go into it expecting cinematography, and you'll enjoy it. For number 9, we have a movie that I actually don't recommend anyone watch in their life. It has triggers galore. It was so upsetting to watch, but I couldn't make a gory list without it. This is the only movie on this list that I have only seen one time, unless it's a new release. I've only seen In a Violent Nature once, and that is The Sadness. The Sadness follows a couple trying to reconnect across a city while a violent illness has broken out. And this illness makes people, it gets into their brain and makes them do the most horrific things that their brain can think of. So think of everything that is wrong with the world that people do to each other, and it is in this movie times 10. It was so upsetting to watch. But if you do watch it, please, please, please check for triggers because it was really hard for me to get through it. Number 3 is also one that I recommend you check for triggers. It's really upsetting and the gore is really intense. It's really hard to watch at times, but that is the original French film Martyrs. And I say original because there is an American remake. I haven't watched it. I can't vouch for it, but the French one, you need subtitles. So I've heard that the American one is a lot less graphic. So if you wanted to give that one a try, you could, but if you're gonna watch it, I think you should watch the French one. This film follows a young woman and her friend who are out for revenge for some pretty heinous things that happened to them growing up. Now, if you've seen this movie, you know that that is not what this movie's about at all. That's what kickstarts it. But I can't really tell you a lot without spoiling it, and on the off chance that one of you guys really want to watch this, I don't want to because the plot twist was insane. This is a very well done movie, but it's so upsetting. Like The Sadness, multiple triggers, multiple things that are really difficult to watch. For 4 and 5 on this list, I was going to put them all in one category, but I feel like each movie just needs its own section. We have Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2. Terrifier 1 follows Art the Clown, who is a demonic entity that poses as a clown that emerges on Halloween to terrorize 2 friends. Terrifier 2 picks up after that one left off, and it follows Art the Clown's return, where he comes back to terrorize 2 siblings. Now, this franchise has become notorious for the gore in it. It's extremely gory. There is a specific scene in Terrifier 2 that went on incredibly too long. I loved it. I love gore, but it went on for a really long time, and people got very sick in the theater, so much so that they had Terrifier-themed birth bags that they were giving out. Terrifier 3 comes out next month, and the creator has promised that it's going to be even gorier, so hope they have those garbage bags ready because everyone's gonna need it. But as much as I love this movie, I know they're not for everyone. There's a lot of people that do not like these movies, and especially if you don't like gore, you are not gonna like these movies. But I love them. It's probably my favorite franchise. I have Art Was Here tattooed on me that I had the actor that plays Art the Clown write for me. I love it. Love this franchise. Number 6 is a film from Argentina that I never see anyone talk about, which is appalling because it is one of the most well done movies that I have seen ever, and that is When Evil Lurks. Now, When Evil Lurks takes place in a village where evil is about to be born, literally, from a very sick and dying man. So when the town catches wind of what's going to happen when this man passes away, they're like, oh, we need to get him out of the village. As long as he's out of the village, nothing bad will happen. So they try to do that, and boy, does bad stuff happen anyways. This movie, I cannot recommend this movie enough. It was so scary. The jump scares are so well done. The gore is so well done. The story's so interesting. If you watch anything on this list, it needs to be that one, outside of Terrifier. But that goes without saying because I just said it was my favorite. You need to watch When Evil Lurks. Number 7 on this list comes from the brains that brought you the Terrifier movies, Stream. Stream came out this year. I was lucky enough to get an early screening of it and also went back to the theaters to watch it again, so I have seen this movie 3 times. It follows a family who check into a resort to just reconnect and get away for a weekend, and they unknowingly sign up to be a part of a game where masked killers come into this hotel and kill the guest and try to get the most creative kills to get points. The gore is great in this one. It was really fun, easy watch. David Howard Thornton is in it, who plays Art the Clown. It's a lot of fun. I do recommend this one. I don't know if it's still playing. I know it was in select theaters. I don't know if it's still in any. I'd say it's in a few, but hopefully this one will be streaming soon. Next up, we have another French film, and this one comes with a very specific trigger warning. I don't recommend, if you are pregnant, that you go anywhere near this movie at all. If you have kids, I would question it. I would question whether or not you think this is the right journey for you. But this film is titled Inside, and it follows a home invasion of a very pregnant woman who lives alone. That's not just any home invasion, because they are breaking in to get that baby. It's gory, it's upsetting, it's really intense, it's anxiety-inducing. I'm being so serious. Please, if you are pregnant, don't watch this. I am begging. I have read horror stories of women that have watched this and just went into a really bad mental headspace while pregnant, so avoid at all costs if so. Number 9, everyone has definitely seen. I'm not bringing anything new to your attention like I have been on this list, but you can't recommend a gory movie without recommending the one that used the most fake blood out of any movie ever, and that is the 2013 remake of Evil Dead. Now, this film, if you haven't seen it, follows a group of friends who go to a childhood cabin in the woods to help one of their friends who is trying to stop using substances. Now, they go into the cellar, find some really strange things, and bring out a book with them, read it out loud, and unleash evil. This movie, gore isn't even, it's so gory. It's so gory, and I watched this incredibly too young, and it stuck with me my entire childhood. I was so scared. I was so scared of this movie. But this is a must-see. It really is. And it's not on a list, but Evil Dead Rise was also really good. I think it came out last year. Phenomenal gore. Now, the final film on this list that we are going to be talking about is another French film. That is 3 French films on this list, called High Tension. High Tension follows a girl who goes home with a friend to see her family on vacation, and this home suffers a brutal break-in. This is a really difficult watch. It's pretty intense. All 3 French films that I've watched, you probably should check for trigger warnings because there's quite a lot of stuff. But I do recommend that one. It's really fun watch. The French really know what they're doing when it comes to gory horror movies because anyways, that is all for this list. I really want to start doing more movie lists. That makes me really happy. But please let me know if you've seen any of these movies. If you have any that you think should have been on this list or that you think I should watch, please let me know. I will do 40 of these lists. I don't care. I love gory movies. But that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you tomorrow.